horn has gone off for a Zulu alert. This means 2 of our F-4 Phantom jets are being scrambled to intercept an unidentified aircraft penetrating the northern border of western Germany. These jets must be aloft in only 5 minutes, a mere 300 seconds. The designation Zulu stems from the time setting on the military clock. In a time of war, all clocks are set on Z time, being GMT. In the military spelling alphabet, the letter Z is identified as Zulu. In other words, if a war plan calls for a certain action to be taken 2 hours after hostilities break out, it is described as Z+2. The mission of the 32nd Tactical Fighter Squadron, the Wolfhounds, is to establish and maintain air superiority in the 2nd Tactical Air Force, or 2ATAF, area of responsibility. This includes northern West Germany, the Netherlands, and Belgium. To perform this role, the Wolfhounds maintain 2 fully armed F-4 Phantoms on a 5-minute alert status at all times. We are stationed on part of Soesterberg Air Base, the oldest military airfield of the Royal Netherlands Air Force, established in 1910. The American part of the base was named Camp New Amsterdam to honor the original Dutch settlement in the United States, now known as New York. Soesterberg Air Base performs a vital role in the NATO air defense posture, with the USAF's 32nd TFS operating under the Royal Netherlands Air Force Soesterberg Wing. The 32nd TFS is the only USAF unit that operates under foreign command. Here, one of our Phantom jets is towed to a maintenance hangar for a phase dock inspection. Every part of the aircraft is checked and or replaced to ensure the highest standard of safety is maintained. Among the troops that support our mission are the munitions folks that take care that our weapon systems are maintained and the missiles loaded. In time of war, this loading is a crucial part in keeping the so-called turnaround time, the time between landing and ready for takeoff for the next mission, as short as possible. Our missileers have won one of the more prestigious prizes in a loading contest, the Lodio Award, thus underlining their ability to be able to send us on our next mission in a heartbeat. Before takeoff and after landing, our fighter jets belong to a crew chief that is responsible for his aircraft. Here you see one of the crew chiefs assist a crew member strap his fighter on. Actually, we are a small American community within the Dutch community, and as you will see, we operate a lot of times in adverse weather conditions. As we are officially under Dutch command, we proudly fly both Dutch and American flags in front of our headquarters building. Each mission we fly is thoroughly briefed by the flight lead in our briefing room, and all aspects of these missions are gone through as if it were an actual wartime mission. Our F-4E Phantom II fighter jets are Mach 2 Plus aircraft, equipped with infrared AIM-9 Sidewinder and radar-guided AIM-7J missiles. We also have a Vulcan cannon capable of firing at a rate of 6,000 rounds of 20mm shells per minute. Our Phantoms are the first airplanes to receive the leading edge slats on their wings. These slats significantly increase the maneuverability and thus combat effectiveness of the aircraft. We are, at this moment, the only unit flying the F-4E with TISIO, TV Identification System Electro-Optical, which is, basically, a very long TV lens mounted in the left wing, which enables the WISO, or Weapon Systems Officer, also called backseater, or GIB, or guy in back, to identify objects of interest in an earlier stage than visually possible without the TISIO. After the briefing, we go over, we call this across the street, to our small life support building, where our life support people take care of our harnesses, helmets, and other life support equipment. This is extremely important in case we have to abort our jet with our ejection seat. From life support, a van takes us to the bunkers where our jets are parked. These concrete creatures are NBC, nuclear, biological, and chemical proof, and can sustain a direct hit by a Mark 82 bomb. Here, we perform the so-called walk-around and inspect our jet before the crew chief hands it over to us. From the bunker, we roll down the taxiway to the quick check area, where the maintenance people perform a final check. We are now ready for takeoff to fly, fight, and win. Right before brake release, we run up our J79 engines one more time to see if there are any malfunctions, and then kick in the afterburners for an AB climb out of Soesterberg for our mission. In the back seat, the Wizzo operates the weapon systems and adds a couple of eyes once we are engaged in a dogfight. Here, he's checking his radar scope to see if there are any bandits around. In the Netherlands, we are assisted by air traffic controllers of the highest standard that operate out of Dutch Mill, a superb group of professionals. During our flights, we sometimes exercise with F-104s of the Royal Netherlands Air Force, or in this case, form a formation for this movie.
Now 25 degrees, 18 miles.
Part of our training consists of firing our Vulcan gun at a dart, pulled by one of our Phantom jets that flies in an 8 pattern. After the exercise is over, the dart, which hangs behind the dart puller on a cable, is disengaged by cutting the cable. The dart then drops into the North Sea, and the puller can land safely.
I shot at about 12, okay? So ready? Start bringing them in now. There's a 30-degree bite time. Okay, let's start bringing them in and take our shot at about 30 degrees, okay? Harder. Okay. He's now 11 miles, okay? And 2 degrees low, 550. Watch. Okay. Hardest possible. Well, no, we don't want to do that. We lose too much. Okay, you don't want to get him too close to the nose or we'll overshoot him. He's 30 degrees left for 8 miles now. 30 degrees right for 8 miles. Okay, right, sorry. 20 degrees right. Here we're going, now you lose a turn. Roger, and we're losing our V-2 again. Okay, just continue this turn. We don't want to bleed out too much energy. 6 miles, 20 degrees right. Okay. 2,000 feet below us. Okay. 1,800
One stranger outside turn, duration is 7, roll clear of him below 16,000 feet.
2 watts. Okay, continue turn. And we're now 40 degrees from heading. Okay, nice. 185 miles. Yeah, I got a tie. What we should be doing, we should have brought him colder faster. Okay, right now we're about 5 miles, which isn't bad for this altitude, but you should still be working it down. Okay. And we're now 4 miles. Okay, the next time, let's not take it so wide.
Kilo 2 on your safety brakes will be port side, over.
2 watts of us. Go ahead and get a burst out real
Kilo
quick.
22, check strange bearing 100, duration is 19, heading 315, 26,000 feet.
Night flying is one of the skills that needs honing once every so often. Since we are an all-weather squadron, every crew member must put in the required number of night flying hours. Here you see a night takeoff of one of our jets. Also part of our training mission is to drop live ordnance or fire our Vulcan cannon in the air-to-ground role. Our wartime mission calls for us to do so in the Fulda Gap, near the border with eastern Germany. We train for these missions on firing ranges. Here, we are deployed to Torrejón Air Base in Spain, where we practice these missions on the nearby firing range. Here, we are now ready for takeoff in a 4-ship flight to the range. Here at the range, you see a typical pop-up maneuver in which the target area is approached under a certain angle, the fighter is popped up, rolled to the left, and positioned right on target. This tactic was developed to make the jet the least vulnerable for anti-aircraft artillery, also known as AAA, and also as a mode of surprise. After an intense training on the range, we are now on final approach for touchdown at Torrejon. On our way to and from Spain, we also take on fuel from an airborne tanker, in this case, a KC-135. Aerial refueling extends our reach in time of combat and on deployments further away from home base. Refueling in the air is a delicate business. A single lapse of attention can be fatal. After a successful mission, you see us landing back at Soesterberg. After each mission, an extensive debriefing takes place. First, the crew chief is briefed about the behavior of the jet and all malfunctions, of which he will make notice in his write-ups. The write-ups are the basis for a flawless operating maintenance procedure and prevention against any mishaps with our expensive fighter jets, not to mention human life. Extensive debrief of the mission follows, during which all the aspects of the mission and its results and mistakes are debriefed. Lessons learned from these debriefings are of utmost importance to stay alert on the next mission, or in case we have to go to war.
Okay.
Station altitude 18,000 only.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to try real quick on this one, John, a 2-bar scan because Major Kellogg had recommended it. Okay, go ahead. And I didn't try it yet. Okay.
I will give it all steady south, over. One, Roger, at your 1 o'clock, the range is 6 knots yet.
All right, Roger.
130, the range 5 now.
Roger, 2 right.
Probably string 2.
2 right, Roger, has a bogey. 2 bogeys low, very low right.
Understood.
They're way down there right here to the south. Way down there? Right. They're way down there.
Still target.
The following shots give you another impression of flying over the Netherlands, again with the F-104s of our Dutch counterparts. Close formation flying is essential when entering a combat area, as the radar picture will not indicate the number of airplanes flying into battle once detected. You may have thought this was the 32nd Aerial Demonstration Squadron, but that is unluckily not the case. This last shot of a full afterburner takeoff of one of our F-4E Phantom jets, we'd like to say goodbye, dedicating this sound as Jet Noise, the sound of freedom.